What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing Superman. That's it. It's just Superman. I love that. No extras, no play on words, no, you know what I'm saying? No Man of Steel, no the fastest man alive, faster than a locomotive. None of that. Just straight up Superman. We taking it back to like 78. Superman, man. James Gunn at the helm, the writer-director. DC was like, yo, man, we need some help over here, man. Come on, man. We over here taking L's, man. Come on. James Gunn, man, come on over. Come on over to DC, man. James Gunn was like, all right. So you know what you're going to get with James Gunn. You're going to get some funny stuff in there. You're going to get some vibrancy in the colors and stuff like that. I feel like that was a good move on DC's part. We got a new Superman cast. I liked Henry Cavill as Superman. I did. Like, he looked like, I believed that he was Clark Kent. I believed that he was Superman just by looking at him. So I never had an issue with him as Superman. I thought he was a good one. I know some tough shoes to fill. Like, when you play Superman, it's like, you could get stuck in that. I don't think he'll get stuck in that because he's been doing other stuff like The Witcher and like he was in Mission Impossible. So I feel like he'll definitely have a vibrant career outside of Superman, but it could be tough. So we got a new Superman coming in. His name is David Cornsweet. I hope I said his name right. I didn't know who this man was until now. So I kind of prefer that I didn't know him. So now I'm coming in fresh. It feels like when I was little, you know, Superman came out in 78. I was like 1. So by the time I saw it on TV, I was like, oh, Christopher Reeve is Superman, you know? So I kind of like it when I don't know the actor, so I'm just looking at him as Superman. I liked him as Superman. Side note, this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you don't want to hear the ins and outs, you might want to fast forward to the end when I get to the saxophone rating. So he's playing Superman. And in this particular story, they're going to do away with all that origin story that we've seen a trillion times. We know his parents was from Krypton and they sent him over in the little space shuttle. We know the parents was on the farm. It was like, oh, it's a little baby in here. We're going to raise him as our own. We know this. Oh, look at the baby picking up the train. Oh, and not just a toy train, huh? It's a real one, honey. Hey, look at this. We bypassing all that. We started as like, look, Superman just got his ass kicked. That's how we opened the movie. And I like that. I like the fact that we don't need another origin story. We know who everybody knows who Superman is, where he came from. We don't need that no more. And so this one, Superman just got his ass beat. And it's like his dog is coming to help him out, and his dog takes him to the Fortress of Solitude, and so he goes in there and gets prepared. That's how they open up the film. I'm just like, yeah, see, we already on the right track. This movie is not as dark as The Man of Steel, so I think that was a good choice because Superman always represented like light and like you know, save the dark stuff for Batman. That's Batman's whole aesthetic, man. I'm in the shadows. I'm in the alley. My parents got murdered right here. He's a bit of a downer. He's like, yo, man, my parents got murdered. Revenge. I'm socking people out. All right? I'm not going to kill you, but I'm going to sock y'all out. Y'all doing crime. I'm going to break your bones. I'm going to just bust your kneecaps loose. I'm not going to kill you, though. I'm going to put you in the hospital for long term. Your arm's going to be broke. You're going to remember what you saw here tonight. I'm going to scare the shit out of you because I'm Batman. I'm vengeance. I'm fear. All right? You're going to live, though. But you're going to rule the day. And we in the shadows. Gotham City is gritty. It's dark. You know what I'm saying? The tone is dark. Superman Metropolis is vibrant. It's light. And I feel like James Gunn brought that aesthetic. It's like, yo, this is colorful. This is bright. And right from the gate, it's like a bright, colorful film. We got Crypto in here, you know what I'm saying? The dog, the super dog with a cape. You know, I think it's cute. And I was like, I really wasn't like, I want to see Crypto. But now that I saw him, I'm like, I like this dog. He's a little excited. Like, can you imagine having a dog that excited, but he can break your bones? So when you get home from work, you're like, ha, he's just tackling you. He done caved your whole chest in. So you got to kind of be super to have a dog like Crypto. And he can fly. It's neither here nor there. It was cool to see these different characters coming into play. Lois Lane is Lois Lane. I've never been a huge Lois Lane fan. She was always cool, but kind of annoying. Just be doing a little too much, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. Nice little contrast to Clark, good wholesome guy, good good corn-fed guy, good dude. Like you would like Clark. Man, that's a good dude right there. You know what I'm saying? Bit of a square. You know, this is what we like about Superman. But I feel like this Superman, he has like this wholesome charm to him, but he's not like a square tight ass. I kind of like the dynamic between him and Lois Lane. Lois Lane was played by Rachel Brosnahan. That's her name? Where get these last names from? You know of her?
Yeah, she's from Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Is she a regular character on that?
She's Mrs. Maisel.
Wait, I'm thinking of a different show. The Marvelous Miss Maisel?
Uh-huh.
She's her?
Uh-huh.
What?
Uh-huh.
Man, hold on, man. Really? I didn't even know that. Wow. I did not know Lois Lane was Miss Maisel. Well, anyway, this is my intro to her. Okay? But also what I like, too, is that we got Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, who I thought was an interesting casting choice. You know, he's Beast in the X-Men movies, and he was in Nosferatu. I was like, oh, Lex. I wasn't a fan of the Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor. I just wasn't. He never sold me on Lex Luthor at all. And I feel like this Lex Luthor is a nice middle ground between Gene Hackman's version of Lex and but this time he has a little bit more anger on it. You know, Gene Hackman was like, it looked like he was having a good time. He got his little girlfriend with him. They're just like, it's kind of funny. But this one, you still have those elements of funny, but he's a hater. Lex Luthor is a Superman hater. Number one in the fan club. This man's a genius. This man is probably a billionaire, trillionaire, but he's like, man, I'm taking Superman down. I ain't feeling him. And I feel like he gives us that feeling of just like, yo, he just really not feeling Superman. So I thought his take on Lex was a good one. And I've never been the biggest fan of Lex Luthor as Superman's main nemesis just because he doesn't have any powers. But he's such a genius that he's going to cook up some ways to be able to hang with Superman on the brains versus brawn, as they like to call it. So Superman's getting his ass kicked all throughout the movie, and I feel like this is a pro to the movie because one thing about me and one thing why I'm not a huge Superman fan is that he can do too much shit. He just got too many powers. He's too powerful. You know what I'm saying? He's about as fast as the Flash. You know, as strong as he picking up whole cities. He got the heat vision. He got the cold breath. I can hear your heart beating a mile away. I knew what everything was going on. It's like, how can this dude ever be beat? And that gets kind of boring. Oh, pull out the kryptonite. It's always the kryptonite. That's going to show up every time. Man, get the kryptonite going. And that gets old. Like, man, get the kryptonite going. And the kryptonite shows up here too. Oh, of course, the kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of takes away from, like, watching it and enjoying it. Because, like, when you look at Spider-Man don't have no kryptonite. He just be getting his ass kicked. Depending on who he's fighting. Like, he has powers, but he's vulnerable. I like to see my superheroes vulnerable. And it's more, like, interesting, that whole dynamic. Like, when you look at the X-Men, a lot of them are just normal. Like, you could kill Storm. You could shoot Storm with a regular gun and kill her. And, like, as powerful as she is, man, no, we lost her. Never mind the fact that she just created a tornado. She got shot with a pistol. It was a little one-shot deal. She gone, y'all. Same with Cyclops. Cyclops is gone, y'all. What happened? He got shot with the pistol. Jean Grey, regular Jean Grey. No. Jean. But I like that vulnerability in my heroes, man. Anything can happen. Wolverine's like the only one to be like, is that all you got, bub? But then, you know what I'm saying? But they always play that. Like, let's shoot Wolverine because he can take it. Everybody else won't get shot. The whole dynamic is he's trying to pretty much smear Superman's name. You know what I'm saying? Try to get him into trouble. Try to find secrets about him. They find the Fortress of Solitude, and they be like, "Yeah, let's get up in there." Like, "Oh, look, man, his parents really wanted him to take over this planet, y'all." Put that on the news, and then the world turns on Superman, quick, fast, rapid fire. They just turn on him quick, And I was like, man, y'all turned on him quick as hell, man. He ain't been showing y'all none of this. But like, nah, man. So I kind of it was kind of hard for me to believe that they would turn on him that fast. I know that really happens, but still, I was just kind of like, but still, he saved a lot of y'all, and like, he hasn't been giving y'all inklings of like, I want to take over. Like, y'all not using your like, I got a good feeling about this guy. None of that. And so that was his whole plan in this movie. Lex Luthor he got a whole team behind him, just trying to, you know, mess up Superman's name. Also, we got the Justice Gang, as they're calling it. We got a Green Lantern in here. We got Mr. Terrific, and we got Hawk Girl. We got Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner. He's one of the Green Lanterns. He has a terrible haircut. Terrible. Bowl cut, just trash. But he played this role so well. He made Guy just an interesting character. Isabella Merced plays Hawk Girl. And one of the highlights of the film, Eddie Gathegi's performance as Mr. Terrific. One of the highlights of the film. Mr. Terrific was so funny. He was terrific. He was terrific, man. It was like, because I wasn't familiar with Mr. Terrific until the movie was coming out, and I saw that Mr. Terrific was going to be in it, so I just did some deep dives on YouTube. And I was like, okay, this is an interesting character, super intelligent, like the third smartest man in the DC universe. Cranky, serious business, but also very funny. And I feel like he did a phenomenal job in this. And they let these characters, you know, get their time to shine, especially Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific. Hawk Girl, they could have gave her a little bit more to do, let her shine a little bit, but I like the fact that they had room for them to eat at the table. You know, the whole storyline, Lex Luthor creates a pocket universe where he could just be like, all right, I'm over here now. Let me go through the portal, and now I'm over here now. So once you open a pocket universe, that's a recipe for disaster. It's like, man, pocket universe, you go open a pocket black hole in this bitch. And then, you know, there's always the ramifications of that. So they're dealing with that. They got the kryptonite going and all of these things. And I really like how Superman was on the ropes a lot in this movie. But another con I have, Lex Luthor cloned, you know, Clark, Superman. And so he had to fight himself. I'm tired of this dynamic of superheroes fighting a version of themselves. It's like, I'm tired of it, man. You know, even though I was complaining about Lex Luthor being different than Superman, but also I'm tired of the clone, like Black Panther had to fight himself pretty much, and Iron Man had to fight somebody in another Iron Man suit. They always come back to this, and I'm like, oh, man. That's what I like about the X-Men. Like when Magneto fights Wolverine can't really hang with Magneto because his whole skeleton is metal. So Magneto's like, but I like that dynamic. They're not just fighting a version of themselves all the time. And so I was just kind of like, oh, here we go again with another clone. He's going to fight himself. Man. They both strong. Yeah, they got the same powers. They got the same face. He just got different hair. Oh, yeah. But everything else just worked, man. I really liked Superman. I really like the supporting cast a lot. There's a lot of familiar faces on the voice tip of the robots at the Fortress of Solitude. Pretty much all the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of show up in this in one shape or another, and I thought it was dope. I feel like James Gunn is a nice addition to the DC universe, and I really enjoyed this Superman, man. I had a good time with it, but forget all that, man. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of Superman? Well, here it is. Oh yeah, I'm giving Superman 4 saxophones out of 5. I enjoyed it, man. Good summer fun, entertaining. Just got my little nitpicks here and there, but overall, this is a good Superman. The supporting characters were great. I want to see more Mr. Terrific. I want to see more Guy Gardner on the side. Lex Luthor was good. I had a good time, man. But the post-credit scenes were... It's 2 post-credit scenes. One in the middle, one at the end. Especially the one after all the credits, where we watch all thousands of people that was involved in the filmmaking process to wait for another joke at the end. All right, peeps, that's my review of Superman. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. How would you rank this Superman against all the other Superman movies? Let me know. I'll tell you right now, this might be my second favorite Superman movie. I would say Superman 2, probably this Superman right there. Then probably The Man of Steel, Superman 1. I'll tell you what's last. Superman, The Quest for Peace. Trash. But this Superman ranks high. I enjoyed it. I see people hating online, but let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know how you felt it, man. Rank your Supermans, man. Put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.